Good morning everybody, let me have your attention. Right after your teacher takes the attendance, then dust your ears and give us your patience while we give you all the info coming from our new station. I know it's morning time, but people you can react to what's cooking in AHS while we tell you these facts. You need a helping hand, it's not so typical to have those. Let's just sing this to the anchors in the studio.
Good morning, Auburn High School. It's Thursday, February 26th, a white day. I'm Taylor Johnson.
And I'm Logan Tyndall, and you're watching AHS Today. Now let's get to Kelsey with today's weather.
Good morning, Auburn High School. Today, you have a high 51, a low 30, and a 10% chance of rain. Tomorrow, you'll have a high 52 and a low 31 and a 10% chance of rain. Back to you in the studio.
In today's news, Corman Dimmick from the Auburn University Auburn Abroad program will be on campus today at 10 o'clock a.m. to meet with juniors and seniors who are interested in taking a gap year for study and abroad travel. This meeting will take place in the multimedia room, and Mr. Tyndall will take attendance at the event.
Prom committee will meet today immediately after school in Miss Quinn's room 508.
FFA will have a meeting and cookout today at 3:30 in room 604.
If you are interested in playing varsity football next season, there will be an informational meeting tonight in the cafeteria at 6 o'clock.
AHS is having an ACT prep class for students taking the April ACT. If you're interested in taking this class, bring your money to Mr. Ward in room 9208 by the end of school today. This course will cost $85 and checks can be made to AHS. This class will take a maximum of 30 students on a first-come, first-pay basis.
Now let's hear it's for lunch with Hannah Ray and Michaela.
Hey y'all, I'm here with Tim filling in for Hannah Ray because she's at her hosting competition. But for lunch today we're having ham and cheese, spaghetti, steak nuggets, and pizza. Back to you in the studio.
Happening tomorrow, Psychology Club will meet briefly after school in room 831 tomorrow.
Applications for AHS ambassadors are available in the Library Media Center. These applications are due no later than tomorrow at 3 o'clock p.m. to Miss Lundy in the AHS library.
Let's go see what Katie and Monet have to say about Black history.
I'm Monet.
I'm Katie.
And this is Breaking the News. This week we want your thoughts on Black History Month.
You tell us who inspires you from Black history, if it's mentioned in your course of study, or should it even be?
Let's hear it, AHS. We're taking it to the halls.
The person from Black history who inspires me is Jackie Robinson because I'm a baseball player and he's a Black baseball player.
The person who inspires me is Martin Luther King because like equality and just everybody gets an equal chance.
The person that inspires me most from Black history is a woman named Audre Lorde. And she recognized that there was a problem in the feminist movement, that it was only white. And so she worked for not only African Americans, but African American women.
I think the most inspiring African American is Ralph Bunche. He was the first African American to be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize.
For me, it's Maya Angelou. I think that she really opened the door for African American women in writing. And I like Maya Angelou because she was so varied in her background. She was everything from a fry cook to someone who read a poem at a presidential inauguration. And I think that speaks volumes to people that no matter what your experience is in life, you can pretty much do what you want to do.
My favorite person in Black history is Melba Pattillo Beals. I love the book that I use to teach the Civil Rights Movement, which is Warriors Don't Cry, and her experiences in Central High School integrating in Little Rock, Arkansas.
The person who inspires me for Black history, it would be Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Because his fight for racial equality and to just blur lines when it comes down to color and issue was huge when it comes down to American history and just for people in general.
And Black history hasn't been mentioned in my classroom since elementary school.
Same.
For me and my experience, Black History Month has almost never been mentioned.
Black History Month has not been recognized very much at Auburn High School or any of my classes so far.
I don't really mention Black History Month as much as I just really try and discuss all of the contributions throughout every unit every time I teach it in class.
And with each unit of study, we do mention contributions of very significant blacks to the movement at the time period. For example, in the progressive movement, we talk about the contributions of Booker T. Washington and W.E.B. Du Bois to education, and the contributions of the Little Rock Nine to the civil rights movement and integration of public schools. While it may not be a separate unit of study, taken out an entire movement of U.S. history, we do talk about the contributions of significant people to American history.
Yes, I do teach it. In class, we kind of have a bell ring and whatnot that we go through, and we talk about various people throughout the month of February.
I do think Black History Month should be like mentioned in class, you know, its accomplishments, its achievements. And if we don't learn about our history, then it'll repeat itself. So
it's really sad, and I really haven't heard anything about it.
This month is a really important time to reflect on all of the important achievements and accomplishments that African Americans have contributed to society, and also the rich heritage and culture that we bring to the United States.
I think that history, period, should be mentioned in everybody's classroom. I think we should write about it. I think we should read about it. I think we should talk about it because there's so many people that contributed to where America is. Blacks, Native Americans, American Indians, Hispanics, whites, everybody contributed to make the women contributed to making the United States really what it is. So yes, we should talk about Black history, we should talk about American Indian history, we should talk about Hispanic history, but weave it into the concept of American history because in the end, that's really what we are.
Yes, Black history is important. It should be mentioned because Black history is not only just the history of African Americans, it's also American history. So yes, it should be mentioned in class.
You heard it here on Breaking the News. Back to you in the studio.
10th graders interested in entering the IB Diploma Program junior year must see Mr. Tyndall in room 9118 for pre-registration and scheduling. Students will not be able to self-request and receive approval for IB coursework from the online course request module. Present IB students will be hand-scheduled by Mr. Tyndall per their individual sessions.
Attention teachers, AHS is now in its 5th week of Scale Back Alabama. Be sure to check in with your team member and encourage them on their progress.
Tiger TV will be back after this short break brought to you by your AHS Career Tech program.
Hey, why are you wearing scrubs at school? I'm in the health science internship program and I leave every day after lunch, and so I get to go to the hospital and shadow all different types of doctors.
Oh, well, how do I find out about that?
You can go to Ms. Osborne. You have to make sure you take the health science class first, and then you are able to go and try to do the internship, and you get to go to all different types of sections at the hospital. You do the ER, surgery, radiology, childbirth, and so it's a really good experience.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to check that out.
For more information about HOSA, contact Ms. Osborne using the information below.
In honor of Black History Month, here's your Black History fact of this day. On this day in 1984 Grammy Awards ceremony, African American musicians won awards in several categories. Lionel Richie, Can't Slow Down, won the Best Album of 1984. Tina Turner's What's Love Got to Do With It took its Best Record Shot and earned her title Best Female Pop Vocalist. The Pointer Sisters won Best Pop Group for Jump.
Tiger TV would like to wish the softball team, the boys and girls tennis team, and the girls golf team good luck as they compete today.
Thanks for tuning in. That's AHS Today. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and observe a moment of silence.